Good morning, everybody. Welcome along. It is Sunday. It's the 25th of, where are we? February 2023. 24 even, look. I don't even know what year it is. Hi, how are you? Great to be here for this morning with you. Hopefully we'll get a few people come in and join us. Standing in for Kelsey, who's on a plane, probably right at this very minute heading down south again, or might not be on the plane because I've just seen her icon pop up. So not on the plane yet, Kels, and Bex, who I believe is en route to somewhere round the border of Scotland, I think it is, isn't it? So a bit up here for with Later Life, celebrating our 21 years, which was Friday, was the actual birthday. I've been up here and got to spend some quality time with a whole load of quality people who I haven't seen in a good couple of years. The greater, wider LLT team. But importantly as well, got to spend some time with Kelsey and Bex and Dawn and Bob. So it was amazing. It was lovely to catch up. Christine, how the devil are you? Good morning. It's lovely to see you as well. And good morning to you, George. It's lovely to see you as well. Francis, how the devil are you? Great to see you. Hope everything is all right with all of you guys. I've missed you. I really have missed you. Kelsey's got a 30-minute delay on her flight. Hopefully that doesn't affect anything the other end. Kelsey's have you had your rain check in yet for what's happening down that way? I think the girls have got a match on later, haven't they? If the pitch is dry. Christine Perry is saying hi to Jill, and that's the bit I missed. You know, the fact that you're all talking to each other in the background as well. Such an amazing group. I keep telling people about it, and I keep pointing people across. And I still am in touch with some of the people, because some of the people are people who are my clients. And I've told to go across, and I still see them, and you know, they still tell me that everything's going okay, and they're still signing in. But the ones that I had posted across always seem to be the ones who come in and catch up. Don't want to get up at 8 o'clock. I don't blame them. Hey, but hey, Christine, good morning to you. Christine Rowland, that is. Good to see you as well. Sheila Day, good morning. And a special good morning today. Thank you very much. Good morning, Maddie. Hope everything is all right with you. Cold and frosty where you are. Yeah. I looked out earlier on, heavy frost on the car. Seems to be clearing up a little bit. Seems to be getting a little bit warmer, so we'll see how things go. Hopefully it will cheer up a bit. We have who else have we got in? I'm having a wee. Okay, it's what Bex has just put. She's having a wee. Pit stop. Pit stop then for Kelsey, for Bex. You throw me off now, Bex. I'm not going to be able to carry on. Oh dear. Julian here, good morning to you. Thank you very much. We had a lovely time, and I say it's been a great couple of days spending time with some really amazing people who, you know, I haven't been able to spend some time with for a good couple of years. Kelsey's firing on 4 hours sleep. George is telling me it's a 3-2-1. I gotta go, but I'm still reading through these, George. I'm in my element here. Good morning, Dave from Vivian Dickerson. Who else we got? Let's just fire through quickly. Margaret Hamilton as well. Right, let's get ourselves ready to go, shall we? So, with our 3-2-1, I'm gonna lose the comments on the bottom of the screen. Excuse me if there's a bit of a haze in the background, but I thought you might want to see a bit of light rather than have the curtains closed. Good morning, everybody. Oh, I don't do that, do I? I'm a whoosh, bow. Good morning, everybody. Welcome along. You're with myself, Dave Montgomery from Later Life Training. Do you know what? It's Sunday. It's the 25th of February 2024. And this is your 8 a.m. movement snack at 8:01. Not bad, hey? Last sip of tea, and then I'm ready to go. Now, as always, you need to decide whether you're doing it in standing or seated. Standing, make sure you've got some fixed external support. Seated, make sure you've got a good sturdy chair. So standing, I've got my wall. Seated, I'm going to bring the chair across this way a little. I'm just going to close that curtain slightly so you don't get so much of a glare. And I'm going to wash my head on here as well. So, in seated, let's make sure we bring ourselves forward in that chair. So back away from the chair, and then hip walk into the front third. So bringing the feet forward. Now, you'll notice that I don't have socks on today. I've gone barefoot. This is because it's our morning one. We can allow the feet to be au natural and get the air to them, and have a workout through those as well. Once we've lined the feet up, heels in line with knees, knees in line with hips, it's that little bit of extra space between our ribs and our hips, and then we lift the shoulders up, back, and press them down to open up this rib cage. From there, we can start with our heel raises, bringing the feet off the floor, and I'm just going to turn my chair around the other way so you can see my feet, lifting off the floor, getting this movement happening there. And it's exactly the same in standing, using that support if you need to. Now from there, we can bring it into a march, lifting the foot clear of the floor, starting to get some more movement happening in there. We've got about 3 or 4 minutes of this at the most, just a few minutes, boosting that circulation so that we can get the most out of our mobilizations. Now, bring an arm in, drive the elbow backwards, so nice bend there, yeah? It's not this movement from our shoulder, it's a 90 degree movement and a drive from the elbow. Bringing the other arm in if you can as well, powering through with this to really start to get things moving. In standing, as I say, exactly the same movement. In seated, you've got an option if you want to. You can make it a little toe tap in front, a diagonal toe tap in front if you start to get some discomfort into your hip flexors. Do what's right for you. You know, you've been with us for a long time now, so you know the things that work for you. Now, probably just about 30 seconds more, and then we'll start to bring it down and we'll go with our mobilizations. As always, got that trio of trios. So 3 movements at the top, 3 movements in the middle, 3 movements downstairs. Right, as we get to there, then let's bring this down and bring it to a pause. Might want to take a couple of deep breaths. Right, we're ready to take on our first set of mobilizations. As always, we start at the top of the body. So, our first movement at a time, I'm going to try and refresh my mind now. This is awful, isn't it? Standing tall, sitting tall, neck lengthened, bring the shoulders up towards your ears, and then press them back down, past where we started if we can. So a lift and a press, trying to get the best possible range of motion. That's what it's about. That's why we keep that neck lengthened and take it that little bit further as we come back down. Now, 4 or 5 of these is what you're looking for. And once you've done that 4 or 5, take a pause and let's head into this twisting motion of the head. But it's really important here, it's a turning motion, it's level. Imagine you've got an invisible line there and you're going to keep that chin nice and level as you turn to the side. Might want to take a bit of a wider stance in standing so you've got a bigger base of support to work from, and don't be afraid to hold on if you need to. The movement is a turn to the side, back in and pause in the centre, and then a turn the other way. Keeping that neck level and having this pause in the centre, that's really important, because this pause in the centre allows that system in our ears to just balance itself out so that hopefully we don't get any dizziness, any disorientation. Exactly the same in seated as in standing, as I say, and you're looking for around 4 or 5 each way. Thinking about these movements and how we do them, how we move our head in everyday life, because we do, don't we? Once you do 4 or 5 each way, take a pause, and we're into the back of the head. Now I'm going to stay in seated and standing here. Exactly the same motion, position as far as our posture is concerned, standing or seated. Eye line stays level, and I can use my fingers as a guide to draw back and come forward. And the guide is to keep the eye line level, or I can use my fingers as a guide to where I started and where I finished. But it's this draw back and then come forward motion, keeping that head level and lengthening through the back of our neck. Getting that good movement in there, that good strong movement. And again, think about how many times we use our head and we use our shoulders in everyday life, continually. All right, once you've done 4 or 5 of those, take a pause. We're going back into a reboost of our circulation. It's just the bottom half though. So this march, if you're in standing. In seated, remember you've got the march, but you've also got that option at those diagonal toe taps if you've got any discomfort or any fatigue, I should say rather, discomfort, into those hip flexors. 30 seconds of movement just to reboost us, just to re-energize us, and then we're going to move into the middle trio part, okay? So it's our top trio, tick, middle trio, here we go. Reset our base. Wide base of support here, lifted and tall in standing and in seated. Now, if you are using support, hold on, down to the side, pause in the center, and then the other way. If you're using support, then you take it into the support and do all 4 or 5 on that side before you turn, in as many steps as you need. In seated, we can use the leg of the chair to give us a guide as we come down, up and pause in the center, and then down the other way. Trying to get the best range of motion that we can, keeping the bottom firmly on that chair, just shifting the weight. So we're not actually lifting the buttock, we're keeping the buttocks down on that chair, and we're just shifting from side to side and pausing it in the center. Now, once you do 4 or 5 on each side, excuse me, it's a bit of a stiff neck. I slept on different pillows last night than I'm used to. Right, so once you've done 4 or 5 on each side, we're going to take it into this rotational movement. Thinking about how many times we move in the day. Now, seated, we can take one hand across to the other hand, other knee, and reach to take it to the side, pausing in the center, and then taking it the other way. But the bottom is staying firmly on the seat. That's what we're doing. We're not twisting and lifting the buttocks. In standing, it's all about these hips staying still. So you've got that motion there where you're turning and coming back into the center. And if you feel your hips are moving, but you want to stay doing this in standing, you can use the support as a guide. So it might be against your belly or your hips at the front, and might be against your bottom at the back. And then if you feel yourself lifting away from that support, that's going to tell you you've got movement into these hips. And we don't want that. We want the movement into this midpoint here, where we're rotating, we're coming back into the center, and then we're pausing and taking it the other way. 4 or 5 each way, thinking about, hey, how many times do we twist and turn? I'm going to be twisting to pick my cup of tea up in a moment when I go down to have some breakfast. But also, seat belts, yeah? Rolling over in bed, all those sorts of movements. That's what that is about. Now, after you've done your 4 or 5 of those, let's use that back extension. And this is really good movement, especially if you're having lower back pain, for making sure we loosen that off. Key things here again is we make sure that the eye line stays level. So we're going to give ourselves a double chin again, like we did with those neck extensions. Standing tall, sitting tall, excuse me, lift and then extend. So it's a lift of this chest area and the shoulders area, but keeping the shoulders in line. We're not lifting them away from the chest, we're lifting the whole part of the upper body there, and then we're extending back. So there's no lean in it, it's not a lean like this, okay? And in seated, exactly the same. Bottom stays firmly on the chair. Now you'll feel through the chair whether you've got movement, because you'll feel the weight moving from either the thighs to the bottom or vice versa. But again, key thing, keep that eye line level. Don't tip back, stay tall and extend, and feel that extension in your lower back. Now again, as I say, this is really great if you have any lower back pain. You might have slept a little bit funny, a little bit stiff in the lower back. This is going to really help to loosen that off for you. 4 or 5 of those, and once you've done them, back into a circulation reboost, but it's the upper body this time. So focus on those elbows, driving backwards and get that big, long motion within there. You can make it bigger if you want to. Really reach forward and drive back. You do what feels right for you, yeah? 30 seconds, again, that's all we're looking for, and then we're going to take it back into our final trio. And it's a loose trio. It's ankle, feet, and toes. Now, bring it in here and to a pause, and let's move down to ankle, feet, and toes. So, in standing, using support if you need it. The leg that is doing the support, the knee stays soft. The other foot is going to come toe and heel. So toe on the floor, lift and put the heel in the same place. And try and keep your eye line level. So you might want to look the first couple of times to make sure we've got a good position, but then take your eye line to the front. Exactly the same on the other side, but watch how you turn around. As many steps as you need to turn to the other side. And again, use the support on the other side if you need to. In seated, we just need to reposition ourselves. So bring ourselves in, excuse me, and we've got that toe and heel movement into there. Now you might need to readjust the feet, as I say. Take them a little bit further away if you need to, but not too far. You want to make sure we get this movement here into the ankle, feet and toes. We're not getting this seesawing motion. Once you've done one side, change to the other, and away you go on that other side. Lifting and placing the whole time. Getting that mobility down into those ankles. There you go. That is your ATM movement snack. It's been absolutely fantastic to spend this time with you again. I hope you're all keeping well. And you know what? Hopefully I'll be able to do it again soon. I'll be able to catch up with you again at some point soon. I do keep a track of your comments, I promise. I look and I see those things. And do you know what? I was absolutely bowled away by all the comments I saw yesterday when I think there was a couple of pictures posted. Bex got me with a bad hair. Yeah, I had a bit of a tuft sticking out here. No cap to hide it. I couldn't believe she posted that I'm still having bad hair days. So I've really worked hard on it this morning for you to try and make sure it looks okay. Have a great day, everybody. Stay active, stay mobile, keep moving, and I'll see you real soon, yeah? Take care, everybody. Bye.